Hey, what's up YouTube? I just want to do a try to be short and quick, little review on the Tusk winter hand mitts. Are they worth 15 bucks? Yes, we'll get into why. Are they worth much more than that? No. Reason being, they've got a couple of problems. One, very minor problems, you gotta drill the holes for the mirrors. I knew that prior to buying them. That's not really a problem in my eyes. If anything, that keeps them from shifting around. And there's no way that they could drill a hole in them, pre-make a hole in them to fit every bike. So it's not a problem. You can take soldering iron, heat it up, punch through where the hole needs to be. You could literally take a drill and drill through, and then anything. So you got to put a hole in it for the mirrors. That's one downside. It's not a big downside in my eyes. The biggest downside is they don't fit over the KLR handguards. So if you're looking for these, you're looking to put them on KLR, at least at Gen 2, they will not fit over the stock handguards. You could probably cut the stock handguards way down and get them to fit, but when I say they don't fit, I mean they're not even close. So I figured they would probably be close and I'd probably be able to make them work. Not the case. So just keep that in mind. And then therein lies the next problem is if you don't have handguards that they'll fit over, or you don't have bark busters on your bike that they'll fit over, then at highway speeds they will blow into the levers and that will give you problems. The first time I tried them out after putting them on, I rode the bike to work. So I'm leaving in the morning, it's dark, it was a heavy fog, and a mile down the road I would have been soaking wet. Had I not had my rain gear on, just because the fog was so heavy. And then on top of that, I realized a mile or two in when I hit the highway that I was going to have to make the entire trip 40 minutes both ways, holding the levers, physically holding the levers out with my hands. Because at highway speeds, the wind would just push the front of them into the levers. On the brake side, it wasn't really enough to engage the brake, but it was enough to cut the tail light on. And then on the clutch side, it was not simply all the free play, it was being pushed out, it was another 1/8 of an inch. So I had to make the entire trip holding the levers with the front side of my knuckles out. So that was a lot of fun. Is that their fault? No, not really. Just pointing that out, especially on a KLR. Now, if you are wanting something that'll fit over the levers, I can't say for certain that they will, but I've been told Moose Racing sells some. You can find them on eBay for like 20, 30 bucks. So a few bucks more expensive than these. These are $15.99 for the pair. At least at the time I purchased them, they were. But the Moose Racing ones will supposedly at least fit over Gen 1 KLR handguards. So you may be able to get them on a Gen 2. I'll input some pictures here. Of what I had to do to remedy this. It involved going to Lowe's and getting a M8 by 1.25 bolt, about 1 inch long. The stock bolt that holds the bar end weights on is not threaded all the way to the shoulder of the head of the Allen head bolt. So I had to get some that were, and then I also got some flat stock aluminum while I was at Walmart. It was like $4. And was able to, with nothing more than a hacksaw on a file and a crescent wrench to bend it with. I didn't even use a bench vise. I was able to create what you'll see in the pictures, and those mounted to the end of each bar act as like half of a bark buster. So will they fit over aftermarket bark busters? Probably, based on the ones I have in my DR200, which are the Tusk. They look like they would fit, although I'm pretty sure you'd have to take any wind guard or plastic limb guard or something. You'd have to take that piece off. But just the metal bark buster itself, I believe they would fit. So definitely worth the 15 bucks. Kept my hands dry that morning. So as long as you set them up, best of your ability, get them tight as you can up here, most everybody, they'd be waterproof, definitely way more water resistant than if they weren't there. They do a good job of knocking the wind off as well. If you had heated grips, which I do not, then the addition of these would still be awesome. The felt line on the inside maybe help hold some of the heat in. And for $15, if you ride in the wintertime, it's a hard option to beat. Not to mention you can take them off and throw them on your utility four-wheeler if you need to, or another bike. You know, barring if you'd have to drill a separate hole for the mirror, but chances are you got one hole in there, you could move them around and make them work on multiple bikes, even if it was multiple road bikes that had mirrors. So yeah, definitely worth the $15. Check them out. Like I said, if you got a Gen 2 KLR, they will not fit over the handguards, so you may want to look at a different product made by somebody else. But other than that, thumbs up, highly recommend.